Oh, look at that. It's the it's 5:45 in the morning. Annie's getting ready for school, and it's the rubbish man. There we go. Comes round each Thursday, once a week, to collect rubbish. Takes it back out here along this road and over to the central drop-off. It's waking up slowly. Early morning. It rained last night, and it's a little bit, it's not humid, it's a little bit damp.
29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time,
We're here at SM. So Annie went to school this morning, as I said. It's 3:30 and she's back from school. She's got to go to school tomorrow at 8 o'clock, but her school finishes at 11, and the teacher that usually takes her class from 11 till 2 is on holiday. So you pay 1,200 peso to get the teacher to teach you from 11 till 2 of the syllabus, but the teacher's not there because they're on holiday. What do I pay 1,200 pesos for? Strange, really, isn't it? Anyway, as I said earlier, we're talking about mental health. Here's my hat. Oh, there we go. Mental health. So, in the Philippines, there's a stigma behind mental health. And whether you're a foreigner, whether you're a tourist, whether you're a local Filipino, there's this stigma that you are crazy if you have to go to a psychiatrist here, which I don't agree with it. I don't think it's right, let's put it that way. I think if you have mental health issues, should you be coming to the Philippines? Well, mental health is quite difficult to define, really, because things could push you into uncertainty, like anxiety, like lack of money, like relationships, like uncertainty about your life and the way your life is running and the way your life is working. Or you come to the Philippines because people have turned around and told you it's really, really good, so you've left Europe and you've got out of the UK and you've got out of America, or you've come out of Indonesia and you've travelled into the Philippines, and all of a sudden you find that the harsh realities of life here take a toll on you, and you know, you either sleep on it, or it sits niggling at the back of your mind, or things don't go the way you like it, and it becomes very, very, very difficult, very difficult. But as I said just a minute ago, there is this stigma that as soon as you do go to a psychiatrist, you go to the hospital because you're not mentally, or you feel that there's an insecurity or an anxiety. As I said, people turn around and label you as crazy. Well, I go through all of this. I have this anxiety and I have this worry, and I have all of these things, but am I crazy? I don't think so. Other people would say I would be. I can be rude, I can be direct, I can be opinionated, but would I go to see a doctor? No, I wouldn't. And the reason I wouldn't is because a doctor can fix a broken arm, or they can turn around and fix a broken leg, or they can turn around and repair you, great. But anything that sits outside that, the first thing they want to turn around and give you is medication. And medication costs a lot of money. And I don't want to be taking Valium or all of these other different drugs because somebody turns around and thinks this is going to help my anxiety or my depression or my state of welfare or mind welfare. There are things that I think I would do differently, and I wouldn't go to the doctor to get medication, because the only thing I think is that the pharmaceutical companies get richer and richer and richer, but they don't do anything to help you. So coming to the Philippines, if you've got any anxiety or you've got any stress or you've got any uncertainty about your life, it's harder, I found, here in the Philippines. A friend of mine the other day turned around and said, oh yeah, you can go down the embassy and get help. Well, you might be able to go to the embassy and get help at certain embassies, maybe the American embassy or the Canadian embassy or the Russian embassy, or maybe the Philippine embassy, I don't know. But at the UK embassy, no, you can't. Because they'll turn around and say, buy a plane ticket and go back to the UK. Take yourself out of the environment that's giving you the stress. It's about life. It's about living your life and coming to terms with your situation. And mental health in the Philippines, it's quite difficult. It is very, 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 very hard, and it is prevalent. It's in the marketplace. It's in the place where, you know, girls will turn around and play with your mind, or if you're into boys will play with your mind. There's mind games going on. There is this chica, there is this chismes, and people will revert to talking to other people about it, or they won't talk to anybody about it. They will just turn around and keep it close to their chest. When you bottle things up, you end up having this uncertainty in this part of your head and this part of your brain, and you have to deal with it and you have to live with it, and it is hard. I've seen, you know, a lot of people that I've met and I've come across in the Philippines, that we all have some sort of anxiety, whether it's, is it the right decision? Is this the right country for me to live in? Do I have enough money to live here? Do I get ill? If I get ill, what's making me ill? Can I deal with the temperature? Am I dehydrating? Have I got any of these thousands of little things that whiz around my head really, really quickly? Is this the right food for me to eat? Do I understand the cultural difference? Do I understand how life is working? What you have to do is you have to feel yourself first. You have to be comfortable with yourself, not try and live to somebody else's expectation. Understand your own benefit, understand your own, make sure your body clock is what you understand and how you tick. You can go out and you can get flu and you can get symptoms from rough weather or bad weather or overcast weather, and people turn around and get this psychosomatic mentality that I'm going to drink some water, or I'll go to the quack doctor, and the quack doctor will heal me and turn around and say you need to be doing these herbs or these spices, put them into your diet, and that will make you feel better. And it does make you feel better, but somebody's explained that to you. If you turn around and say, I'm going to go over here to Davao Premier Hospital, the first thing that goes on in the mind here is that it's a lot of money, and they might tell me something really bad. They might turn around and tell me that I've got to have an operation to chop my leg off, or I've got something wrong in my mind, or I've got this, or I've got that, and people can't deal with that. And that then becomes this rotating spiral wheel of life, that you've always got something niggling in the back of your mind, and you need to come to terms with that. You know, I'm a diabetic, great. I've also got glaucoma, but there's nothing, people try and say, oh, there's things you can do to it. Well, when I've gone down and I've spoken to medical people, they want to inject into my eye 60,000 pesos worth of drug into my eye. So that's 60,000 this eye and 60,000 this eye. and it might work. It's not it will work, it might work. If that doesn't work, then we can put you on a course of steroids, which might work. Might. Not it will work. So I've come to terms with my diabetes. I've come to terms with my glaucoma. And when I was in the UK, I left the UK for one of the reasons that my father was on metformin, and they turned around when he passed away, turned around and said my father was a long-time user of metformin, like 25 to 30 years, and that's what caused the cancers that killed him. That was nice, wasn't it? The medical association, the medical fraternity recommend my father to do this, but then the medical fraternity back in the United Kingdom recommended I stop taking metformin, which I was on, which I did, and I stopped straight away. Now there are studies in the US and other parts of the world saying long-term use on metformin is bad for you, but it's been recommended for a long time in the medical practice. So mental health here and mental strength is something you need to deal with and come to terms with, and it's not easy. It's very easy for somebody to say, come here, if you've got it you'll get over it. No, you need to feel comfortable in your own body and your own skin, that you can deal with what life is going to turn around and deal you here. Deal with what they give to you here in the Philippines. Do you need to turn around and have long-term medication? Do you turn around and are you anxious about getting your visas? Are you anxious about relationships? Have you got anxiety about having money? Have you got anxiety about having 3 meals a day? Have you got anxiety about the weather? Have you got anxiety that you've made the right move? Are you a big worrier? Does that all build up? You need to come here and you need to be able to relax, and you need to be able to get rid of those pressure points in your life that raise your blood pressure, that raise your thought process. But it's not just foreigners, it's not just travellers and tourists and people who come from all parts of the world. It's the locals, it's the Chinese, it's the Koreans, it's the Indonesians, the Malays, the Americans, the Canadians. We all come with this baggage, and we need to. It's not an easy life here. If you've got no money, don't come here. If you've got massive medical issues, come to terms with those medical issues before you come and live here. But mental health plays a big part of your life here in the Philippines, and it can stress you out, and it can ruin what you're trying to do with your life. Kick off the shoes, kick back, relax, go out, meet friends. Don't try and change the world. I have my opinions about the world.
The more we need to set the rewind, and 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it.
Relax, chill out, kick back, and enjoy life. Drop the stress, drop the anxiety, because it will make you ill. Anyway, from Davao on a Thursday, Antoinette studying online, Scott,
I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening?